So last night I was on Twitter, and in case you haven't been following, it was about a couple weeks back, the voice actor, the English voice actor for Goku, said that he was probably going to be leaving mainstream media or social media permanently because of reasons that he was going to discuss. Now last night, coincidentally, I wish I would have taken a screenshot so I could have showed you guys or whatever, but something went down where basically he was upset again because one of the big things about the cast of Dragon Ball that they're tired of hearing about in the West anyway, the English voice actors, is they don't want you to ask them when is Dragon Ball Super going to be coming out in English. They're tired of the question or whatever. But Sean Schemmel Goku, he probably gets it a lot more than anyone else because he's Goku, the main character. Everybody look at him, they think, oh man, when's Super coming out and shit like that. And he was frustrated to the point where last night he kind of went on a little bit of a tirade and said, you know, he can't deal with it no more. He's tired of this shit that I'm always asking. He appreciates your passion, but he just doesn't want to hear the question anymore. So he completely deleted his Twitter account last night and was done with it. And I mean, I understand to a certain degree, to be honest with you. I mean, there's questions that I get asked constantly, like when I'm going to talk about this series, why am I, you know, not doing this series, etc., etc. For me, I guess I take it like on the chin. I'm like, whatever, you know, at a certain point, I just say the same thing to people like, hey, you know, I'll get to it when I get to it, or whatever the case may be. With him, I'm sure I get asked a lot more because, again, people just left and right want to know about Super and stuff like that. So it's understandable for him to be upset. Personally, if I was in his shoes, it probably wouldn't bother me to the point of kind of, you know, going a little angry on Twitter and then deleting my entire Twitter account. But that's just me. You know, some people react to things differently. But apparently, the voice actor Chris Sabat, the voice of Vegeta from Dragon Ball Z, etc., etc., was kind of disagreeing seemingly with how Sean Schemmel approached this situation. That's the interesting thing, because if I'm correct, to my knowledge, you know, they're buddies. They've been working together for over a decade already doing Dragon Ball and stuff like that. So I was kind of curious to his response and how he reacted after Sean Schemmel kind of went on a tirade and then deleted his Twitter account. So there was a couple of tweets that he actually posted right after the whole debacle with Sean Schemmel. He put something along the lines of, now I don't know if this exact tweet is connected to it. Well, that was unexpected. Perhaps I didn't wink hard enough. So I don't know if that was connected to that in particular, but the following ones definitely seem that they were connected to what happened with Sean Schemmel. Someone said, wow, did Sean Schemmel deactivate because of the constant harassment, because you anime nerds harassing Funimation over the Super dub? Y'all do know it's literally not up to Funimation nor Voice of Vegeta when Super dubs are released. It's Toei being difficult. Stop asking. To which Chris Sabat replied, well, I don't mind people being excited for their favorite show to return. It's not that hard to deal with. And then ultimately he posted, dear fans, you do not annoy me for being excited, because being excited is what makes a fan. I'm honored you love the shows I work on. Now, I mean, to be honest with you, friends can have disagreements, co-workers can have disagreements all the time, or just, you know, different opinions on things. It doesn't mean, yo, there's beef between the voice actors of Goku and Vegeta, but it was interesting to see his take on the whole situation and kind of how maybe he disagrees to a certain degree. Again, I'm not quoting him regarding this. This is just my input on how I see things based on what transpired last night. Sean Schemmel kind of said, you know, I'm done with this. I'm sick of people asking me about Super. And then shortly after, Chris Sabat wrote that. Maybe he just feels like Sean Schemmel went a bit overboard and got a little too frustrated when it's not that big a deal to him anyway. And I'm sure Voice of Vegeta, Chris Sabat, gets asked that question probably just as much, if not more, than Sean Schemmel, because remember, Chris Sabat, a lot of people do know that he's involved a lot of the times with the recording process because he has his own recording studio, Okatron 5000, I think, is something along the lines of that. So he probably gets annoyed with the question as well, and maybe it just was like, it doesn't really bother him as much as Sean Schemmel, and he probably doesn't think Sean should have acted that way. I don't know. This is all speculation. I'm not putting any words in anyone's mouth. I'm just reading it as I see it and giving my own input. But yeah, in a nutshell, for starters, definitely do not ask any of the cast of Dragon Ball, or even Funimation for that matter, when is Super gonna come out. You will definitely get an announcement. There will be a huge press release. It'll probably be at a huge con, and if all else fails and you can't hear from anybody else, I will definitely let you know 100% as soon as I hear anything about Super coming over here. I always give you guys the update. So yeah, no need to ask them. You will know if you just follow the channel and check out my videos and stuff like that, because I'll let you guys know, or it'll be a big press release and you'll find out eventually. But let me know what you guys think. Do you think Sean Schemmel went a bit overboard with getting so frustrated regarding the fandom constantly asking him the question? Again, I mean, I get asked questions all the time, you know, on social media, because I'm very active on Twitter and in my comment section on YouTube and stuff like that. I get asked a lot of questions that sometimes I get tired of answering, just being honest, you know, but I do just keep a level head, because at the end of the day, I appreciate the fact that people care and they want to hear my opinion, or they want to know something that I'm involved with in their fans and stuff like that. And maybe he should have took that approach. But then again, this is probably years upon years of him being asked questions that he's just tired of answering. So maybe that's why he had this outburst. And what do you think about Chris Sabbath's reply, the voice of Vegeta? Do you think that it was interesting to see kind of Vegeta and Goku butting heads on an opinion? And your overall thoughts of this? Honestly, I was just kind of like, wow, it's interesting to see the voice of Goku kind of blow up like that and just say fuck Twitter and leave it. He didn't actually say fuck Twitter again. I'm not putting words in anyone's mouth. But thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and stalk my Facebook to get more when the video ends. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.